Hello and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. How is everybody doing? Hopefully everyone's having a great time today. We can actually get this audio set up correctly. Let's hope that's fine. But today we have some quite interesting news. We have some leaks about maximums, which is very, very exciting. I think everyone has been waiting for maximums to arrive in Duel Links. So that being said, I am a little bit torn. On one hand, new mechanic, really fun, right? Really cool. Everyone loves new mechanic. On the other hand, there are still a lot of other strategies that will be very much overshadowed that have not been released yet, that with the release of maximums will... I don't know. It's going to be a weird one. I kind of wanted one more set before maximums, but it's looking like we're probably going to get them soon. Let's see who we have in chat. We have Dragson here, as always, reached his 25 stream streak. This man, dedicated man. Obviously one of our oldest and most fantastic viewers. We have Grand Harrier, always first. Always managed to get here first. We have Quicks here. We have Captain Grim. Doesn't even know what maximums are. And Dragson is obviously looking for gems. Quicks is cold. So, basically, just to kind of go through this. Adwan as well. Welcome. Maximums. In fact, let's go over to here. This is a bit easier. Because then I can bring up the leaks themselves. So, These are the leaks that we have, right? So these are Rushdall skills, but these are almost certainly far, far too powerful to be real skills. These are going to be part of some event. Chances are it's going to be a Yuga versus Nail event is kind of what I would expect. So we'll have to see what actually happens there. Here's that get top 16, then go to bed champion, Dwan. I mean, yeah, Dwan is obviously fantastic player. But, yeah, this is going to be a raid event, right? This is... Because these skills are too good, right? This is the issue I have. So, less so the nail stuff, right? Obviously, nail skill being able to cheat it out is a bit too good anyway. But having any kind of skill to add consistency to Magnum Overlord, I think it's a bit scary. Because Magnum Overlord is really good at just kind of getting a load of attack and then trying to kill your opponent in one hit. That's kind of just what this card does. It's just a big... come from behind OTK monster. So for anyone who doesn't know, maximums are made up of three pieces. You have an L piece, an R piece, and a middle piece that just doesn't have an L or an R. They all have the same name though. And the middle piece has a maximum attack located in the center there. So basically when this card is in maximum form, it will have that maximum attack value and won't care about its other attack and defense value. So what makes maximums so interesting is you can just summon these as regular cards. So this is just a level 4 monster with 800 attack. This is just a level 3 monster with 500 attack. You just use them as regular cards. Now, both of these cards have a requirement that requires them to be in maximum mode. So they'll be vanillas, effectively. They just won't do anything, which is fine. And then when they are in maximum, which is only accomplished by having all three pieces in your hand, then you send all monsters you control to the grave. So if you already have monsters out, it doesn't matter. You just get rid of them. And then you just special summon out all three of these cards as one monster. So it's one combined monster with all of the effect text written on all three cards with the maximum attacks. This becomes a 3500 attack monster. The middle piece just says cannot be destroyed by opponent's trap cards. Obviously right now it's only really relevant for Widespread Ruin. For Magnum Overlord L, we have this card gains attack equal to the difference between your life points and your opponent's life points till the end of this turn. Now that could be a ton or that could be a little, but either way, generally, it's a win from behind mechanic. Like, oh, I'm down to my last 500. My opponent's still on 6k. I'm going to gain 5,500 life points and just close that gap. And then the last piece is this card gains attack equal to the level of one face-up monster on your opponent's field times 200. So if you're against another maximum, you're going to gain 2,000 attack. But most likely, this is either going to be 7 or 8. So you're going to gain 14 or 16 respectively, which is still really big. That basically means this guy's attack just gets real big. And then we just try and crash into our opponent for a ton of damage. In fact, I think we actually... can we show that quick? Let's go to... really should have prepared this ahead of time. If we go to my YouTube, we have a short, I think, where I did exactly this. Here we go, brushed auto go. Oh, this might be a bit loud. I have to just accept that for now. Well, I guess you technically could have put me 500 lower, but you couldn't have killed me there, I don't think. Okay, we will start by activating Geological Survey. Then, we can activate Future Mining. Then, bam, bam, bam. We get the boy. We're going to activate it, so we can choose an opponent's monster and increase this card's attack equal to its level times 200. And then we can activate it and increase its attack based on the difference in our life points.
Oh my god. What's that game?
I think that's game.
What the fuck?
And then get a battle. You know, we'll just casually attack into the sports dragon and get you for 11,300 damage.
Wow. Okay.
And so yeah, that is basically how it works, right? You summon out a guy, he gains a ton of attack, you smack your opponent and try to kill them, which is pretty good. Now, the downside to this card, if your opponent is triple setting monsters, what do you do, right? You don't have a way to get to them. You only get one attack as well. Maximum monsters take up 3 monster slots, but only get 1 attack, which is a little bit yikes, right? Because if your opponent doesn't just immediately die when you summon this card, you're now in a bit of a weird situation. And if your opponent is just setting cards, then again, if you have the ability to summon this, it's like, do you even summon it if you can't use its effects? Because you can't gain the attack based on your opponent's level if all the monsters are face down. So even if you gave this thing piercing when you summoned it, you'd only gain the difference between your life points, which is a little bit rough. So this card, again, either just OTKs your opponent or doesn't really do very much. Now, 3,500 attack that can't be destroyed by traps is still decent, right? Let's not pretend it's not. That's still fine. I really want to play Yggdrago. I love the artwork. Do you think these are real skills? I heard somewhere that they might be for events. These are 100% event skills. Yeah, I think Grand is 100% correct. These skills are nutty, right? You could not have these skills exactly as they are. I do think we will probably want skills to make maximum summoning a little bit easier. But if it gets too easy, these become tier 0 meta threats. And that's a bit scary, right? I don't think we want to make them go too overboard. But we do want a way to make these a little bit easier to get out, I would think. Because again, the main issue we had in physical was that these were too hard to summon until we got a metric crap ton of consistency cards added a bit later on after these cards came out, which then made maximum summoning a little bit easier. But obviously by the time those came out, we had better maximums than these, so these never really saw like a ton of play. Like they still saw play. They saw competitive play, they saw tournament play. Let's not pretend that they didn't, but they weren't these like super oppressive winning everything decks that I think some people kind of expect maximums to be, because they summon out a big 4,000 boss monster. That's got to be crazy. But as we've seen before, like, you know, the Egyptian god cards were never these crazy tier 0 threat, and maximums as well do have outs. The other thing is, will we actually get a lot of those really good outs? The best out I think we actually have right now to deal with these cards is probably... Ooh, it's got to be just Acebreaker, right? Which will make the value of Acebreaker go up quite a lot, just being able to pop these guys. But it's going to be interesting at the very least. The other thing to take note about maximum cards is they cannot be in defense mode. Once it is in maximum mode, it does not have defense points. It cannot be in defense mode. It is like a Link monster in that regard. Acebreaker, yeah, basic maximums look really fun, but they're only going to be usable in events. But it depends again what skills we get, and if we didn't have any maximum skills at all, and you still got lucky, you could still just pop off and completely destroy people. And having 10 less cards in your deck will, like, on its own, make these decks more consistent. So we'll have to wait and see how that actually plays out. I mean, when they arise, we will surely have skills. Yeah, exactly, Guzman. Konami going to sell the structure. I mean, yeah. Heavy metal was only level 8 and lower, right? Yes. And that is quite a common theme in Rush, is quite often you will see effects that work on level 9 and lower, level 8 and lower. And that is a soft, like, buff, I guess, or that is a way to make maximums and fusion stronger. Because typically, fusion monsters are level 9. Now, that's not always the case. Some fusions will be level 7, some will be 8, and some will be 10. But most of them are going to be level 9. So that way, they have built-in protection against any card that says only works on level 8 or lower. And in the same way, maximums have an extra layer of protection by being level 10, by having built-in protection against anything that works on 9 or lower or 8 or lower, which is just an extra little thing, right? So basically, almost all of them have this line, this card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap cards, which is okay, but then they also have the secret line of text, which says cards that only work on certain level monsters don't work on them. So that's pretty good. So we've already spoken a little bit about Magnum Overlord and how it's just this big OTK machine. Yggdrago, on the other hand, is more of a control boss monster. So this guy's 4,000 at base instead of Magnum Overlord's 3,500. But this card is actually a little bit better at getting to your opponent's life points, and that is because you can change one defense position monster on your opponent's field to face up attack. So the weakness of maximums is always, obviously, first off, getting them out is a pain in the ass, but 2, they can only attack once each turn. So if your opponent, like, if you get a maximum, you don't immediately win the game. If your opponent just starts setting 3 every turn, what do? You sit there and attack once, and then your opponent slowly draws into that out. But with this, we can change their defense position monsters to attack position and then keep getting in direct. And if they're setting anything that has, let's say, lower than 1,000 attack, we're getting in for 3,000 plus damage each turn with this card. And then the other one is destroy one face-up level 8 or lower monster on your opponent's field. This doesn't come up as often, but if we have another way to get our opponent's monsters into attack mode, such as, God, what's that card? Like reverse, something one-sided reverse, I think the card's called. Or stop defense, which is a card we should get later. We can make other monsters into attack and then pop them if we want to. This is generally better the first turn that we summon out the Sky Emperor, because then we can pop their threat and then change one of their defense monsters to attack, get in for big damage. So, you know, that's kind of how that works. Yeah, it makes sense. So your 3-card investment doesn't get blown out specifically. Any chance Pierce gets played, or is it too bricky? I guess it's too early to say. So we do have a maximum specific Pierce card, which is called... Is it called Crank to 10 or Tension Max? Take a look. I can't remember what the English name is. Okay, the English name is Crank to 10. So this is the maximum specific Pierce card, but, you know, we'll just read through it. You can send a card from your hand to the graveyard, so already that's worse than Pierce. Choose one face-up monster on your field. This turn it gains 400 attack. So it gains 400 attack and Pierce, which is... that's better, right? If it attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. So that's fine. And then the final effect, if this monster is level 10, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. This is where it gets a bit weird, because 1,000 damage is a lot worse, or is a lot stronger, I should say, in Duel Links than it was in the physical game, because you have 2,000 less life points. But Crank to 10, again, did see a little bit of play. This was kind of seen as like a one-off in some of these maximum decks. But I think specifically if you're playing Magnum Overlord, right now, if this just came out as just these 3 cards, and these were just available now, I think you would probably want to play 1 Pierce just to get through those situations where your opponent could just be setting a bunch of cards, but I don't know if you'd actually need it. I don't think your Drago needs it whatsoever. Just being able to change your opponent's defense mode monsters to attack mode should be good enough on its own. It's only going to attack once anyway, so I don't think it matters. Have they nerfed any rush burn cards in Duel Links, or do we not have any burn cards at all? So we have seen NPCs having burn cards, and those cards have not been nerfed. The only other cards we have is like Sparks. I can't think if there are any more. There probably is something, but yeah, Sparks doesn't do half damage or anything, so burn seems to be fine. Which is another reason I'm not sure if we're ever going to get Lurker, because Lurker, this card was a menace for a long time. This card is just really strong on its own and really annoying because its defense is 26, which is annoyingly big. That means that even if you had a barrier to protect this, not even an Ancient Arise could deal with this. But also, it pops your opponent's back row, which is very, very strong, and inflicts 1,000 damage. And this card is really, really good already, let alone if your opponent starts off with 2,000 less life points. This becomes even better. So, burn effects are a bit of a weird one. And now this card is so annoying. I hope it never gets added. Yes, exactly, Waltz. I've played this card a lot, so I have abused it, I guess. I'm one of the Lurker abusers. But this card is not healthy. This card is really not healthy for the format. more back row hate, good. This card specifically, bad. That's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, that is all of it, right? I think that's everything. Degenerate Burn Player. We actually, I think 2 weeks back to back on the channel, uploaded 2 different burn decks, which I think one of them used Dark Lurk. I don't think the other one did. But burn is not a very common thing in Rush. Usually you'll play a deck that just kind of plays its combo, but then also has a little bit of burn tucked in it. Like Red Eyes Black Dragon, back, when Red Eyes Dragon was seeing play, which is, again, this card was seeing play as recently as like 2-3 months ago, I want to say. I don't think I've really seen it doing anything since then, but Red Eyes was seeing play with Inferno Fire Blast, because it turns out if you can just get 3 Inferno Fire Blast, you could do 7,200 damage to your opponent, and that's really good. And a lot of the other dragon cards that we did get also had burn effects attached to them. So for example, there was the Red Reboot, is that what it's called? Is it not hyphenated? Not that one. It's just Red Boot. This one. Red Boot Enhanced Boost Dragon. Choose up to 9 monsters in graveyards, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of chosen monsters times 200. And this card gains attack equal to the number of those monsters times 200. At the end of this turn, then shuffle those cards into the owner's deck. So this hurts your opponent's graveyard, which is really, really good. You always want to be messing with your opponent's graveyard as much as you can, because they're going to want to be milling as much stuff into their graveyard as possible to be able to trigger effects and to be able to toolbox their graveyard. So being able to use this effect to mess with their graveyard is really good, as well as burning your opponent for a ton. And then if you just combine this with a Red Eyes Black Dragon and then a Inferno Fire Blast, you've just suddenly done just a lot of burn damage all at once. And this guy gains an attack boost, so you could probably just attack over your opponent for game. So although burn is very rarely seen as like an actual full strategy, it is used quite a lot sparingly in these other kind of decks. And then again, it's fusion material, so this is made using Red Boot Boost Dragon and Booster Wyvern. One of those, Red Boot Boost Dragon, has the same effect but smaller, so again, has a burn attached to it and gains attack points. And then the other fusion material, Booster Wyvern, also has a burn effect attached to it and just does 600 damage. So the Dragon deck, as it evolves as we go into the Go Rush era, will become kind of a pseudo burn deck. So that's an interesting one. If people don't already hate dragons now, they will definitely hate them in the future. I will be very disappointed if we don't get a Rush box for 2 months. Honestly, Konami's handling of this format has been pretty bad, IMO. Yeah. I mean, realistically, we wanted one in January. It is looking impossible for us to get one in January at this point. So February seems like where it's going to be, and probably towards the end of February, which is a bit sad. The only saving grace, I suppose, is that we did get a ban list, or a new limited restriction list, which did help out a little bit. It has kind of curved resonance quite a bit. We don't see it anywhere near as much as we used to, and that includes ladder and tournament play, as well as we have got sprinklings of other things. Like we got the Rider Cross deck, which probably best we just forget about that one, really. But we did get the very, very cool Ace Breaker deck, which is doing well. It performed quite well in Grand's latest tournament, as well as on ladder. It's been doing quite well also. So definitely a decent free-to-play option, although I don't know, it's a weird one, just because you really want to have that third copy, because the main appeal of the deck is it's very consistent, but it only gets consistent if you have a critical mass of the level 7s and of the Aim Eagle. It gets a bit tricky. It's tricky to wholeheartedly recommend it to new players, but I think it is still very fun. It's very cool, and when it does do what it wants to do, it does do it quite well. And then what's the other thing we've got? We got the Mimi event coming soon, and presumably this Maximum Nail event soon as well, which is something. Let's be honest, we want a new box. That's what we want. We're fiending for new cards. Just give us a box. That's what we're after, and there's so many cards still to come. It's going to be a weird one, especially since there are so many cards that I want that just haven't been shown off yet. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what Konami decide to put in this box, and specifically which cards they choose to omit and which cards they choose to bring forward that maybe were from the Go Rush era or just future boxes in general. Because that's always the exciting stuff, the stuff that we didn't get to play with this early originally. I've been playing Ace Breaker and it's fun, but that's not enough to satisfy me since November when the last box came out. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Waltz, 100%. We need we need a new box. But I mean that's why today we're going to be playing some speed. And speaking of which, let's hop over to that. Today the plan is to play some Fluffal Orcust, and that is primarily because there's not a ton going on in Rush right now, right? We have this news, which is pretty cool. We'll be getting like a raid event with the maximums, and that will be cool when that happens, but that's probably a ways off yet, right? We got the Mimi event coming next, I believe. So this is going to be, what, after the Mimi event, presumably? So it's nice that we have this leak and this news, but it's probably a way off before we actually get anything interesting. Acebreaker was a good addition to the game. The deck can fight very well against Dragius deck, at least. By the way, they updated Tempest Drive's skill description. Again, nothing big though. Yeah, I saw that they did that, Dwan. They changed it so that you no longer have to do it the turn it was summoned, which is good because that fixes two problems with the deck. One, you can use it on a following turn if your guy survives, or if you want to set your Bender Break, it gets attacked, and then after it's flipped up the following turn, you can use this effect then, which is good. But also, that means you can now use it if you cheat it out with an effect, such as Beast Summoner. Because before, if you use Beast Summoner's effect to summon it, even though it said the turn it's summoned, it meant the turn it's normal summoned. So if you special summoned it, it didn't count, so you didn't get the boost. So that is something. But even if they took off the restriction where you could only play spellcasters and beasts, I still don't think it would see much play. So, does it matter? It's a weird one. Yeah, when it comes to Acebreaker, though, I do think Acebreaker is just a generically good card. The issue is the investment required into it. So the best way to make use of it is always going to be to either plus by a ton or keep it around for a turn so it comes back to your turn and you have a handful of 5 cards and then you can get popping, which is always going to be kind of the best way to use that. Being a 2500 stat line is obviously really good as well because it plays quite nicely with the barrier, but it still does lose to things like Ancient Arise, who could just go up to that 3000 attack over it. It does lose to a couple of other things such as, you know, Seven's Road Magician, and it does lose, I guess, to something like Noodle Ninjas if your opponent's even on Noodles, which it seems quite rare anyway. Why haven't you watched the new Rival School Academy video that just dropped? What does that mean? Can I like dissect that message? The Rival School Academy. I didn't even know this was a thing. Is this just like a new thing that's going on? The promotional video they're doing for Rush. I genuinely did not even know this was a thing. Let's have a look. Let's have a... I'm skimming through the video now. I mean, I guess I could put this on screen as we skim through. So this is... yeah, some sort of like meme tournament with like content creators, I'm assuming. I recognize some of these faces. Yeah, I recognize Jess. I know Mangaka. I don't recognize Dr. Steven. Don't recognize Zero either. But yeah, I know some of these people. So these they're just gonna like play games. Is this similar to that? I can't remember what it was called, but they did a series where they were all dressed in suits. And they were like they were just playing with like old format decks, like anime decks. Is my bot like silencing links? Is that what it's doing right now? Come on, bot. What are you doing? I haven't told you to do that. I was going to watch that after the stream. I mean, what? They have 22 minutes ago uploaded this. How to improve a psychic deck? With Jess. Jess is, she's the Sun Avalon player, right? Like the professional. I need you to judge Jess's psychic deck. Okay, let's have a look. Did I just see sparks on the screen? Wait a minute. What's going on here? What are we looking at? Where is her one? Is it towards the end? Dark Cool Draw. What is the point of this? He made her deck less shit, let's go. I don't even. What? We're using Dark Cool Draw to do what? What does Dark Cool Draw do in this deck? Gets you to bury bassist? I'm so confused by this. Should we watch this? Like, should we just watch this? Let's turn off the music for a sec. Let's just do that. I'm sure they won't mind if we watch this. Oh, that's loud. Let's turn that all the way down. Alright, let's watch a little bit of this at the very least. Let's see what's going on here.
I'm pretty new to Rush Duel, so I played a lot of TCG, but I've not played a lot of Duel Links Rush Duel. Could you please explain a little bit about it?
So this is one of the other weird things, which is when it comes to getting content creators to do this sort of thing, and they did this for the last Rush Duel promo they did, they got a bunch of people that clearly just hadn't played Rush before, or had like very passing interest, where there are actually some actual Yu-Gi-Oh content creators that have delved into it, right? Have actually played it, have actually tried out Rush, and like, I don't know, they just pick people that they think would be good on camera, I guess, rather than people that would be good for the actual format. I don't... Like, surely they know, surely they understand that a lot of the decisions that they make in these, like the deck building decisions and stuff, are just garbage. Like, surely they understand that Psychic is a bad deck. MBT likes Rush, but Konami doesn't collab with him. I think it's how safe they are. I think you're both absolutely correct, right? Wait, 8 copies? Did I miss that? Patience cards that are not of the Psychic type, such as Petite Morph. Why are we...
I completely agree. I think, especially Petite Moth, it seems like quite a weak card in comparison to those big monsters. The other card I really like is that Psychic spell card that, when you have 2 or more Psychics on the field, it puts your opponent's monster face down. That also seems really, really strong. So I wanted to play a bunch of Psychic monsters.
The thing is, right, Jess is a professional TCG player, right? She could probably, like, spend 10 minutes looking at the cards and come up with something at least pseudo-competent, right? Very, very strange. Very basis to 3, let's put it in. So, right, our skill is adding a dark monster to our hand, right? The only dark, like, monster worth grabbing is going to be Berry Bassist, which means we're only playing 3 actual boss monsters in this deck. So, our strategy is going to be primarily to Berry Bassist Turbo and flip your opponent's monsters face down and then attack over them. So my question is, how does this deck out a Yami Ruler in defense mode outside of drawing, like, the one of Prima Katana? I don't even. I don't think the point is their decks to be good necessarily. The thing is, though, why wouldn't you try and get people playing good decks, right? Because I'm not saying these decks need to be like top tier, like, oh, they should be looking at tournament decks and taking things from that. What I am saying is, why would you play a deck that is absolutely garbage and fill it with garbage, right? Pro player asking where the searches are and that 1-card combo. I mean, you're not wrong. I think a lot of people will look at this and be like, oh yeah, this is like, you know, when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, right? This is, you know, we're playing a lot of vanillas, so we're not expecting like big, in-depth combos, but... I mean, imagine the rest of the decks were just as bad. Yeah, monsters are based, spells and traps are cringe. Generally, Konami seems to avoid using proven decks in these sort of videos. Like to pretend them. The thing is, though, you could just do like SAR spellcasters or like any dragon variant, because both of those decks are decks that people like. They're very accessible. They're decks that have been pushed by Konami quite a lot to try and be really good. They're the main characters decks. So starting out with Psychic just feels a bit off. I bet you this series was made before Set 2. I mean, are any of these cards Set 2 cards? I mean, it's Psychics, right? I don't think Psychics got any... Oh, they got, Drummer, right? Dream Drummer and Speedy Performer. Neither of which are in this deck. Yeah, for sure. It looks to me like they only run one run through first box. Hey, thank you for the raid and Dominate You. Welcome in. We were just watching... What's this? The first episode, I think, of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Rival School Academy, how to improve a Psychic deck. We're all learning together how to make our Psychic Rush Duel decks even stronger. So welcome in.
That's it for this video. Be sure to keep an eye on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card EU channel for updates on how our matches go. Also, you can check out the description.
Watching the duels themselves will probably be quite fun, but yeah, I'm not expecting much of anything. Surely they're just going to be bricking, right? They're just going to be like... They're literally just going to be not having... Like, if everyone's running one copy of their boss monster... Oh, there goes the ads. Oh, we're getting attacked by Adges. Oh, we'll wait for that to go before we continue talking. But yeah, very, very, very strange. Very strange. Okay, that should be everyone back from ads. So yeah, we were just watching Brand with the gifted sub. Thank you so much, Brand. We really appreciate it. Straight to Bakura, who was here. He's quite often here, just hanging out. That's easy. The answer is make a spellcaster dead instead. Get W. So that's the thing, right? This is... I assume there's going to be 4 players, and they're each going to get one of the main character decks.
Subscriptions.
Hey, we reached our sub goal as well. Hey. But yeah, my prediction would be that all 4 of these guys are going to have a different main character deck. So one's going to be on Yami Ruler, one's going to be on Dragius, one's going to be on the old Seven's Row Magician. And they're all going to be playing really, really terrible versions of these decks. And that's kind of it. I mean, is it... I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Really, it's fine. It's just, I feel like if you got people playing, at the very least, more competitive versions of their decks, because SAR, dragons, in pretty much any form, be it Dragon Aggro or Draconic Resonance or slapping it in anything, and the Warriors are all tournament viable tier 1, tier 2 strategies, right? Psychic is the only outlier amongst that. So you could have just at least had 3 copies of everyone's boss monsters so the decks accomplish what they're trying to do more often. Again, I'm worried that we're just going to get brick games. Or what they could have done, if they're being very sly about it, is they have them play a match, and then if it's like a brick fest, replay it. And if it's a brick fest, replay it. And if it's a brick fest, replay it until both players don't brick, and then they can actually play the game and see their boss monsters and actually have something worth putting on YouTube, right? Dragius is going to sweep. This is cool, but Konami are so bad at marketing their game, Lamau. They could do so much more, and a lot of people would be interested in Rush. They're not going to show the brick games yet. I mean, yeah, that's basically how we're looking at it. I feel like there was better options here. Like, people, in this style of video, people like picking their favorite content creator and rooting for them, right? Now, clearly, they've picked different people from all different countries. That's one thing. I don't know much about a lot of these players, but based on the fact that I know Jess is a pro, I'm assuming everyone else here is a competent player, right? At least the very least, Yu-Gi-Oh! You say this, and yet Konami EU is also the one that showed 2 times Gimmick Lock branded matches back-to-back. I mean, There is that. Yeah, it's weird. It feels like they're on the right track, but they haven't stuck the landing, right? Now, obviously, the games could come out and be really good, have a lot of production value, and look really great, and not be horrific to watch, and that would be fine. But what you really want, I feel, is to pick content creators that already have a huge following. So again, the one that I know here is Jess, so I'm probably going to be rooting for her. Then, you want good games, and you want to get this kind of... You want to get players behind the players, right? You want to get players behind the content creators that are playing the games. I mean, any advertisement is good. Yeah, that is 100% correct. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I just wish it was a better representation of what Rush Duel Links is, I guess. That's kind of what I would like. It always seems weird to me when this sort of thing comes out. Then again, I did quite like when they did the anime decks, right? Because I think there was like I can't remember what his name was, but there was a French chap who was playing, I think, the Bandit Keith deck, and I was like, this is amazing. This is content. It doesn't matter that these are terrible. This is content. Oh, but yeah, all in all, deck building decision's a bit funny, but I will watch it. I'll tell you that much. I will be watching to see where it goes. So hopefully it's good. That's what I can say. Because again, as long as it's entertaining, that is the crucial factor behind it, right? So as long as it is fun, I think it'll be fine. But for now that we've gotten through all of the news and everything, I think we're going to hop in and try not to lose to Timer Boss in the old Platinum rank. It'd be really cool to get up to Legend rank. Because usually some sort of rush thing will come out and derail our grind on the old speed ladder. So we're going to see if we can get to Legend ranked. Probably not today, but we're going to see if we can get to Legend rank this month. That's kind of the hope. What's good to know? Hey, Max, you've just missed our movie time. We were just watching the... God, what was it even called? The Duel Links Academy thing? Where we were watching content creators build deck on Rush Duel on the old YouTube. In my opinion, they have decent ideas, but I don't know if the execution is exactly there. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, Dawn. I have no idea what that one is. Yeah, so it's like a new series they started. They like advertised it 2 days ago, and they've just put up the first episode today. Can't really do anything with that. Alright, good dog. I think with this hand, we have to just try for Vendor. So we have to go Bear, Vendor, and go from there. Taking this does nothing. Taking this doesn't get us anywhere right now. It gets us into a Link 2 that doesn't go anywhere, so I think we have to take Bear. Yeah, so it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Card EU's channel. We put it up. So slap down the old Vendor. Activate Vendor. Activate Vendor. Pitch Wings. And then this lets us get World Wand out of our hand. Book of Moon. Interesting. Goes for the Tracer effect. So what are we summoning? Okay, that's fine. So now we will go ahead and activate Wings. So we kind of want to draw... That's not what we wanted. That's also not what we wanted. Okay, so we can't get everything we want. Which is a shame, because I want everything. At this stage, we probably just take Sabers. Then we'll go ahead and activate our skill. So now we can bring him back and get a pop on the field spell. It's probably the best option we have. So yeah, we'll go Saber's effect. We will pop, I guess, you back into the top of the deck. You can't say okay, so that's fine. So we will just go into Phoenix here. We'll use the effect of Phoenix. We'll send Dog to Grave, and we'll try and pop one of these back rows. Warning point. Okay, well let's see if he can stop Frightful Fusion. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Tiger effect, we are going to hit. I mean, these are going to float anyway. We can't kill him this turn. And these are when they're just... That one doesn't do anything now. This one is the one that floats, right? So this one's going to go into something anyway. So I guess we'll go for this. As well as this. And the back row. Okay, Book of Moon's fine. And let me just end. All things considered, that went alright. One back row. We know what we're drawing next turn. We'll be able to flip these up. Using this effect will get us potentially a draw. There are so... I mean, we've got 8 cards left in deck, and so many of them are going to be Orcust cards. Or we normal summon it and use it as link material. The only thing we can really go into is Decode Talker. Which I guess is fine. We'll flip this up. Then we're going to normal summon the bear. Then we're going to go into Decode. And he doesn't do anything here. So we're going to go straight to battle. Swing in. And we'll try and get F12. Unfortunately, these 2 cards in our hand aren't really doing us any favors right now. We'll have to wait and see where this goes. So he's going to float. Goes into Tracer. Uses Borrow Launch skill. Let's see what he's got for us. Taking his time. I don't... So I kind of get the gist of what the Rocket deck does, but I'm not, like, super in depth with it. IDP. Rocket Tracer, pop it, get a search. We've got a link 2. So we're going to go into a 4? Linking them. I know we're... Okay, so... when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish it, this card. Respects monsters. It's graveyard, this card gains attack with destroy monster's attack. Also make a second attack. Ugh, am I just dead? I am. I mean, again, we did kind of brick there. I think we did okay to play as well as we did with 2 completely useless cards. If we had found any Orcust monster, we were pretty much online, but... I probably could have played that a little bit better, but without knowing like what his deck does. Like, I didn't know he was going to bring out Berserker Tenyu there. All in all, I'm not too bummed out by that loss. And we didn't get anywhere near time loss, but I suppose it's because we didn't have any of the Orcust stuff, so our plays got a lot simpler. And he also did open very well, because he had, what, 3 forms of interruption? He had the Negate, he had the 2 Book of Moons. Oh, our opponent's on a 4-win streak, playing as Crocodile Cooked. That's what he's got. Ugh, again, no... Oh, Constellas. Okay. Okay. Now, Constellar is very difficult for us to beat, especially if we don't have any of our Orcust cards. Okay, tribute this card for summon a Constellar monster from your hand or graveyard. And you can use Sombre, who's the new one. Take back Pollux. Brings out Pollux. Pollux effect gets him another guy out. Gets another normal summon. And this card gets his normal summon effect, which lets him cycle for another Sombre. Okay, okay, okay. I see you. Where are we going here, though? Mizar's skills got leaked, along with the kite getting new skills, too. Yeah, I saw that. It does look pretty cool. I am very excited for that stuff, but again, I think I really need to start a new account for speed if I want to play like a lot of these really cool speed stuff, because I'm kind of stuck at the moment, right? My main account is basically a rush account at this point, so I'm not really getting many new speed cards very quickly. More Galaxy support in Xbox, I'm pretty hyped. Hopefully means we get back number 90 Photon Lord. Alright, here's Pleiades. I'll get him a draw. How do I play Underdweller? I don't think I can play Underdweller, you know? Alright, well, activate Bear. Because Bear activates in the hand. Just use Fluffal stuff, I guess. Alright, we'll go Vendor. Because we can discard Wing, but we can't do anything off of Wing. We can't use our Orcust stuff either. So we'll summon Dog. Dog effect. Even if I get rid of that, I can't do anything about it. I could send Sabers, but then that doesn't actually sort me out. Get this out lets me make a link 2. I think we're just going to take this, weird as it is. Because this is a... He can just bounce my guy anyway. I'm pretty sure I'm just completely screwed here. I don't think there's anything I can do. Photon Lord was skill exclusive and Xyz Galaxy skill back in 2022. I'm just dead, right? There's literally no play I have. Like, me being Dweller locked means I can't play the game. Like, I summon this. He's now just going to use Pleiades and bounce this, and then I'm out of plays. Yeah, I can't. I can't beat Dweller. The only way I could beat Dweller would be if I opened with Frightful Fusion. That's the only chance I have. Otherwise, I just have nothing I can do there. I mean, I guess that just comes down to we lost the coin flip, right? We went second, so we lost. Oh my god, this actually looks kind of playable. I love Salamangreat. Where did that come from, Dragson? No. It's another rocket deck. Let's see how many interactions this guy ends. Also, we've gone second every game today. Which is not inherently bad. Like, our deck does play okay going second. It's just we have to constantly play through our opponent's interruptions rather than interrupting them ourselves. If we do dog... it's tricky. Do we want to do dog first or second? I think we will start with Orchestrated Return. This might give us options. That gave us nothing. Okay, so we will go dog here. I don't want to get too greedy. So I think we will just take Sabers. Then we'll activate our skill. Throw Sabers to grave. Throw Chain. We'll grab out our sheep. Activate sheep. Dog back to hand. Bring back Chain. Now, we're going to go straight into Phoenix. We're going to force out that back row. We're going to send Nightmare to grave. And we'll then chain block with Agent Chain. There's Warning Point, which again is fine. It doesn't really affect us. We got rid of the back row, which is what we wanted. So this is, I can't link it off, right? Okay, so that's, I can't link for the rest of the turn. Which is a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. So we can bear. Grab out Vendor. We can activate Vendor. Use the effect. Discard Dog. I mean, we didn't need that, but it's not a bad thing to have. So once again... How many attacks can we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we just have lethal, right? Unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am. So I'll go Fright for Fusion. And I'm going to take Fright for Wolf. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Summon out the boy. Then we're going to activate Nightmare. We're going to boost this. And we're going to send World 1. Is there anything... Well, World 1... I don't need World 1, right? We will send World 1 anyway, though. And I mean, if I want, I can use World 1 to bring that back. Sure, why not? Then we'll swing. And we'll swing. And we'll swing. And we'll swing. And it's just that easy. So you just make a 2800 attack monster that can attack 5 times. And that's just easy wins against Rocket. That's all you need. I was making Salamangreat, and now that my deck is almost done, I'm using it on rank, and I love to play. I love the play I'm making with it. Yeah, Salamangreat is a very, very fun deck, right? I think Salamangreat is one of those decks that's almost unanimously, like, liked. Like, I understand there will be some people that just don't really like it, but, like, I think overall people can get behind it. It's not, like, a super combo-intensive deck, but it still does have a lot of very interesting plays it can make. It's very exciting. Oh, Jaden, you bell. Does that mean we're going to be against everyone's favourite Eternal Bond? Hero Alliance. Okay, this is one we don't see too often. It was so hated when it came out in Duel Links, but it's everyone's fave in Master Duel. Ah, okay. Was it doing anything particularly unfair in Duel Links? Again, I wasn't playing when Salads came out in Duel Links. We're hard dropping Polly. Off of Blazeman. What are we making? What's the turn 1 hero board? Sunrise, okay. Add a Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. When this card takes another hero monster you control, you can take one card on the field and destroy it. It's obviously very good going second. Miracle Fusion. Are we just making another one? Casually searches an Omni Negate. You know, there's nothing wrong with casually searching an Omni, you know? Right, here comes the Shining. This is... This card's at the the graveyard. You can target the 2 banished heroes and add them to your hand. So adding cards to hand we don't care too much about. We will start with Edge and Persist. We'll put you and you into grave. Then we're going to summon out Dog. Now the question becomes, what do I actually want here? We don't currently have a card in grave, so Wings is not live. If we take Bear, we can discard to get a second, which will get us any search we want, which does get us to Wings. We already have that, so we don't need to worry about it. I think we do take... Mind you, getting out Wings, what does that do for us here? It kind of gets our combo going, I guess. Right, we'll take out Bear, because what we really need is... to get Orcust online. So we activate Toy Vendor. See if our opponent does anything here. He is going to Cosmic it. That is a bit annoying. Because we want to discard Vendor with Vendor, which we can't do now. What we can do is activate Toy Vendor here. If I discard Dog, we're gambling. But I mean, what else do we do here? The alternative is that instead of that, we use his effect, bring him back, just have 2 monsters, which again doesn't get us anywhere. So I think the best play is to use Toy Vendor, and worst case, fall back on Frightful Fusion. Which is really not great. I mean, that's fine. The issue is, when we get rid of this, he is just going to add these 2 back to his hand. I guess on their own, they're not doing much. We have to answer his board either way, so... I think we always go Fright for Fusion here. I should have summoned an attack. That would have been way better. Oh, we had lethal. We had lethal. Are we going to be just shy of lethal here? Oh no, okay, yeah, we still do have lethal then. I couldn't remember if Tiger got boost for just Fluffals or if it was both. I remember this Fluffal Orcust combo being in TCG once. Were you inspired by those lists? So I have always played Fluffals since they came out, right? Literally since when they came out, like during Arc V, I picked up Fluffals, and it's my like Master Duel list. So I've been playing pretty much since then, and we try and splash it wherever we can, because the main problem with Fluffal is in Archetype, they have no going first cards, which is why we've gone for the Orcust stuff, just so that we have going first options in Duel Links. Hello, Bakura! You got gifted a sub, Bakura. Welcome to the sub club. I don't remember if I ever actually saw Fluffal Orcust lists in TCG, to be honest. The most I remember was people were just playing a Fluffal engine with various fairy type strategies. Ugh. What on earth do we do with this hand? Skeleton Engraved doesn't do anything for us, so I think we have to go Toy Vendor, discard Toy Vendor. I think we literally don't have another option, realistically. Alright, we'll get Symbol Skeleton out. We use the effect of Toy Vendor. I think we always just search Dog. People maxed out Orcust Fluffal with Predaplant. Ooh. I do really like Predaplant as well. But yeah, I wasn't playing competitively at that stage. I think we always... We have no way to get that in Graveyard outside of that, so I think we always take Sabers. Edge and Persist. We dump Sabers, we dump Chain. Here we're going to go 1, 2. Thank you for the follow. Riffcott Games. Layout looks more different now. I don't think we've changed the layout too much. Not since Tuesday at the very least. I could put that back to the top to get out another body. The body does get me stuff, so I think we will do this. So we'll go Sabers. We'll put Bear back on top. Bring this out. We'll then go for everybody's favorite Deco Talker. We'll use Symbol Skeleton. Bring back Galatea. I would like to use Galatea Effect, but... Mind you, if we don't use Galatea Effect, we don't have Babble. Does that mean I have to use Galatea Effect? I mean, we don't have anything anyway, right? No, I think we don't use Galatea here. I think instead we just go Ding. And we'll just have to accept that the following turn, if we're not dead, we will have a follow-up play. Which sucks, but we can't have everything. Because our hand was not good enough to have absolutely everything. So we just have to pass on this. If only Edgimp Saber was a machine, yes. If only. So I mean, like, I could have got an extra body out, but like, it doesn't do anything. This way, we can send the Dingirsu, but we have no way to bring it back, because we will get Symbol Skeleton to Grave, which is great, but without Babble, we can't have a quick effect pop during our opponent's turn. So we've basically just got one negate, and the option to protect our monsters from being destroyed, and that's it. Which is really not great. It's really not great. But it's better than nothing. So, for now, we'll see what our opponent's got for us. If they ever draw a card for their turn, that is the question. Will they ever actually start their turn? I'm not really sure what we're waiting for here. Is our opponent disconnecting? We're not seeing the symbol telling us he's disconnecting. He's thinking of what to kaiju. It's the draw phase. He hasn't drawn a card yet. Which is why we're so confused. Like, I assume he's disconnecting, right? Why else would we be paused in the draw phase? Or is this going to be like a Duel Links thing? They said they were giving out gems, weren't they? Because things were breaking. The weight is killing me. I'm curious again if this is it's just broken. I mean, what do? We don't really want to just quit out. So we just wait. We just straight vibe. That's right, we've got good tunes. Trying to think what else we could have done. I don't think there's much else we could have done. If we had... Okay, there we go. I mean, sure, we'll take it. We could have got an extra body out. I don't think the extra body gets us anywhere. We needed like one more Orcust card, because usually you don't start with Skeleton. Usually you go something into Skeleton, right? So having Skeleton on its own makes things a little bit crusty. But that's fine. The manga. Let's see what he's got for us. Mako Tsunami. Okay. Win streak 4. And if we win, we do get a rank, which should be quite nice. We're going second. Magical Musketeers. Ooh. I really don't like Magical Musketeers. Alright, how are we doing this? Magical Musketeers are such a pain. If I use that, discard that, I have these 3 trapped in my hand. Alternatively, I could just discard 2 of them. Well, let's do this. We're going to activate Toy Vendor. We're going to activate it. I'm going to discard Nightmare. We'll summon out our dog. Dog effect. So here we can grab one of many things. We can go into that, or we can go into that. If I do that, plus that, I can go almost full combo. The problem is I have 2 cards stuck in hand, which isn't the end of the world. We haven't normaled yet, so I think we will take wings here. You only have 1 vendor? No, we have 2 vendors. Activate vendor. Activate the effect. Discard wings. I mean, that works quite nicely. Summon out wand here. Now we'll go ahead and activate wings. Toy vendor effect will get us to sabers. Send sabers, send chain. I don't need to do that. At the same time, I don't need to do that. I think we're better off just getting the draw. So we're going to activate return here. Special summon sheep. Activate sheep. Dog back the hand. Get out chain. Now the question becomes, how do we want to actually deal with this? I kind of want to make this. It'll force something out of his hand at the very least. Let's go 1, 2. Go for Enforcer. Use the effect of Chain. Grab Fusion. Activate the effect of Brute Enforcer. Send Bear. Target this. Desperado. Destroy a monster. Okay. And we're discarding as well. Okay. So here, we could do sabers into literally anything. Right, let's start sabers. Put Bear back on top again. Oh, he's just going to give up. Okay. I had no idea what he had in his hand, because I'm not super familiar with the spell traps from Magical Musketeer. So I'm not really sure what I was trying to play around. I knew they had a pop, and that was about it. I assume they probably have like a negate. Obviously, what we're trying to do is just avoid playing spell cards in the same column. But obviously, he had Sous Ship in there as well. So was that Magical Musketeer Sous Ship? Very interesting combination. They have banished 3 from grave. Well, that would have absolutely messed us up. Hi, Beam. Welcome to the stream. Watching us struggle through with our Fluffal Orcust deck. Okay. Use tuning to get Junk Synchron. We've already got Minion Graves. We can use Junk Synchron, bring it back. So what, we can climb to an 8? Good old Speedroid. Loz, he's back. Thank you for the sub, Loz. As always, really appreciate it. You've just come in time to watch Yusei Duel as well. Speaking of which, we are synchroing into an... Oh, it's Crystal Wing.
Loslando just subscribed for 3 months.
Crystal Wing's a bit of a pain for us. There's 1 monster negate currently. That's what we have to be worried about. And a Stardust. This is the trick. Because now we need to... This is going to be a pain in the ass to try and fight through. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this. Okay, Formula Synchron comes out. All we can do is take this one step at a time and see where we end up. Going into a 10, get the Stardust Warrior. Which one's this? With special summon a monster, you contribute this card, negate the summon. If you do, destroy the monster. During the end phase, the card was activated. You can special summon this card from your graveyard. Okay, so he can stop one special. So one special and one monster negate. So let's start out with summoning a monster and see if he negates it. Fluffal Dog effect. So he is going to shotgun that. Unfortunately, we don't have anything else. That was our whole turn. So we do just lose the game. Yeah, sometimes it just be like that, right? Sometimes your opponent sets up a negate and your hand can't play through it. Unfortunately, we were very, very much reliant on that just going through and our opponent being like, well, you know, he's gonna not have anything there. Why would I negate this when he's gonna do something important later that I have to negate? But no, he just shotgunned it super hard. Okay, we're going first. Our hand is... Ugh. So we have to Vendor. We have to discard World Legacy World 1, because otherwise we have no way to get a second card out. That works out okay. The issue here being that we can take Dog. But where does Dog get us overall? Not very far, because now we're going to have him stuck in our hand. Knowing that we would have got a Toy Vendor, it would have been better to discard Harp Horror, but we didn't know we were going to hit a Toy Vendor off the top. We don't... So we can't even discard it with a second, because we've already used both of our Toy Vendors. This does nothing outside of get us a second body, which this does anyway. So we'll go Edge and Persist. Throw that in Grave. Throw that in Grave. Now the question is, do we put a card back on top of our deck, thus bricking us for next turn, just to get out a second body to try and block attacks? I don't think it's worth it, so I think here we just have to pass on this, which is abysmally bad, but our hand was really shit. Again, in hindsight, we should have discarded Harp instead of discarding Wand, but we didn't know we were going to hit Toy Vendor off the top, and Harp was our normal summon, basically, so this was just going to be like our set pass. Alright, Crimson Resonator. So we can go into a 6. Red Rising Dragon. So he's going to climb into probably just generic Red Dragon Archfiend. Marty, do you have any idea when Ghost Girl event is coming back? I have no idea whatsoever, unfortunately. Using Resonator effect. Okay. So it's the Dark Resonator. Set back row. Right, surely we're not just gonna... Yeah, there we go. Why would we set the back row before summoning out Red Dragon Archfiend is my question. Set another back row just after for like no reason. Then isn't this gonna pop? That was very strange. Okay. Oh. Well, we can do a thing at least. So we'll activate Vendor. Okay, that's fine. Is this Jack's cards? This is Jack's cards. There's nothing else that we have to wait for, so we will just shotgun Harp here. Can only summon out Nightmare. Cannot be destroyed. Okay. Waiting for our opponent to decide if they want to do anything here. I think we're just normal here, right? That's what he does to this normal. And then we're just going to go for Galatea here. I can use Galatea if I want. That doesn't do a ton here. I think we just go World Wand. And then just Link Climb. So I can put that back in my deck if I want to now, which is fine. We will do that. Back to the deck. Grab this out, just a deck thing. Then I think the play is probably Decode Talker. See, okay, nothing. Then we will use Symbol Skeleton here. We'll bring back Galatea. I guess I want it here, really. So what I should do is use that, but then getting that to hand, because I've already used that. Alright, we'll boost this. Send this. Doing that's pointless. If we do that, we have to get the card from our hand, which we don't want to do, so I guess we are just going to do this. We go ding. Fiendish Chain is kind of fine. Okay. That's fine. Thank you for using your MST, I appreciate it. Goodbye. And that's all there is, which is quite nice. Alright, let's catch up with chat, because we were just concentrating a lot. Is there a way to get her through tickets? Sadly, you've got to wait till she gets added to the gate. Man, that's annoying. Just GG now. Can't beat the Sultan of Speed. Exactly. Usually, the new character always gets 2 events, and then you've got to wait till they get added to the gate to unlock them by tickets. I mean, yeah, that's how it usually goes. I always do the character unlock events, so that I won't have to wait for them to come again. Just came back to this game 2 days ago, that's why I missed it. Well, welcome back, Faustro. That's fair. Her event was like in October, so 3 months. Yeah, she'll be back, like, soon-ish, right? I mean, in Rush, we're getting the Mimi event run back, and she wasn't that long ago, realistically. Next month, definitely. Well, we got what, the Mimi event this month, as well as who did we get this month for speed? We got someone this month for speed, right? Was it Alito? That's crazy. I have to wait for that long. I mean, yeah, the whole point is to try and generate FOMO, right? So that you're playing every day, so you don't miss out. I remember when I very first started playing Duel Links, I missed the first Pegasus event, and that was the only way to unlock or to get the Thousand Eyes Restrict, like to get the first copy of it, was to have played in the first event. And so I just couldn't play full powered, not Thousand Eyes, just Relinquished. So I couldn't play full power Relinquished. And that made me sad. Well, we got Umi down. Let's see if our opponent Quicksilver has anything else to go with his Umi. I am waiting for Mizar unlock so badly now. I mean, he'll be soon, right? What am I supposed to do with 3 doggies? Right, we'll summon dog. I think I'm just gonna take wings. I mean, so if I take this, I can send it to grave. I can use that, get that, discard that. That doesn't do anything, so I guess it has to be wings. Activate bear. Activate toy vendor. Toy vendor effect. Discard wings. Activate wings. Use the effect of toy vendor. Toy vendor gets us sabers. Activate our skill. Send sabers. Send chain. I mean, is it even worth using sabers here? Linking 2 doesn't really get us anything outside of... Oh, it gets us a discard. Pop you back. Oh, I should have actually put thingy back. Okay, that's still fine. So I'll go 1, 2. Should have probably put skeleton back in though. So now I can discard harp, pop this, which turns harp on, but I now do not have symbol skeleton access. I can go into Galatea, I guess. Don't really have much else to do. We'll go Galatea effect. We'll put harp back. We will be setting our Babel because unfortunately we've already milled. Using this doesn't get me anything, right? Oh, it kind of does. Alright, we'll use Nightmare here. Boost the power of Galatea. Not that it really matters. The main reason we're doing that is just to... as we wait for a response. This guy's playing Necros. Yeah? Is that sort of part of the Necros strat? I mean, we can take a look at what he was playing. The old Umi pass. GG. Oh, yeah. Right, let's see what our opponent was cooking with. These are cards. This card... I remember when this card came out, this card was an absolute menace. I'm not really sure what the strategy of this deck is, other than it has Legendary Fisherman in it. Yeah, some of these decks have been really good, and some of them have been, you know, a pile of fish. But that's fine. We take the good with the bad. He just likes fish. He's just a freaky fish guy. Like Hertz from Hong Kong. Playing Reginald Shark Castle. So he's got for us. Ah, this is another weird hand. Where's, like, I just want a nice mix of Orcust and Fluffal. Ah, and we're against Constella. We're already dead. We're already dead. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can play through this. If I know Constella, he's going to end the turn with a bounce and probably some sort of negate and like 3 back row. Hope he doesn't make Dweller. I mean, if he makes Dweller, we are so cooked. Like, the only way we can beat Dweller is literally we have to have Frightful Fusion in hand. Alright. Going again. Gets the search. No! He made Dweller. Hello, Zaki boys. We can't beat this card. Dweller too strong. Unironically, our play right now is like... And Pleiades as well. I don't know how we beat that. Why is Dweller so bad? So Dweller has the effect, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Any card effects that activate in your opponent's graveyard cannot be activated this turn. That turns off pretty much my entire deck. Right, the only way we get out of this is if we get a dog off of Vendor. That is our only out. And even then, his back row has to be nothing, which is next to impossible. So we'll activate this. We will send... It doesn't matter what we send, because whatever we send is not being able to resolve this turn. But we need dog. We need a 1700 body. And that will stop my effect from resolving, because it's a continuous spell card. And this can bounce face down, right? 1 card on the field, return it to the hand. So we'll summon. Then he'll use Pleiades. And then this is what we do. We activate this. And then if he doesn't have an out to that, we end. So we have to wait for him to use his effect. And then use ours, which we can't do because he just won't use his effect. He'll just attack us. Then we'll go to use our effect. So basically this deck is like the hard cut. So this deck we're playing against now is one of the just best decks in the game. Just straight up. It just so happens that it makes a card that is a hard counter to us. Wait, why did I take Harp Horror? That was really stupid. Not that it matters, he has another bounce anyway. Yeah, it didn't matter anyway. So if we had sent the right one, which would have been World Wand, we could have used World Wand in response to him activating Dweller and brought back Nightmare Orcust, Orcust Nightmare. But then he would have just used Pleiades Effective Mountains back to our hand anyway. So we would have lost there either way. Only Dweller count Orcust Constellar, it's just an easy edge. So yeah, Constellar is like arguably one of the best decks in the game right now. I think some people would say it is the best deck, and some people would argue it's like a very strong tier 2 strategy. But either way, it's very, very good. And it does specifically make a boss monster that is very, very bad for us. But even if he didn't make that boss monster, it's still very hard for us to beat that deck because it's just such a strong deck. And now we're against Toons, which is annoying because Toons can just kind of kill us out of nowhere sometimes. And if he sets a ton of briefcases, that also makes it very hard for us to play through. The go first strategy for Toons is just kind of summon out a Toon, set 3 briefcase pass. Got the yawnies today. Alright, here comes Bookmark. So we can add Toon World or a card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So he's going to take Comic Hand. That'll let him steal one of our monsters. But it is a equip spell, so we can't activate it during our turn. Me who play Toon, nah, I'd win. Right, here comes the Toon World. Pays 1,000. I'm curious as to why he took Comic Hand, because he should have been able to search Briefcase off that. He takes Toon Dot Magician, so we can add a Toon spell trap from his deck to his hand. So now he probably adds Briefcase. By discarding Toon Page Flip. What on earth did he just do? This deck does stuff going first, and he's chosen to do nothing. Alright, I'm gonna just end this man. I'm just gonna send him to the Shadow Realm right now. I guess we always summon Dog. There's no reason not to summon Dog. We already have everything we need though, so we're just gonna like randomly take those. We'll go Bear. We activate Sheep now because we want to get maximum value off of the chain. Make sure we don't accidentally draw or mill our Frightfur Fusion. Toon Kingdom would be a pain for us. Bookmark to protect. We go Vendor. Activate Vendor. Send Wings. Gets an Orcust engine online. Activate Wings. Oh, those are draws. Nothing else matters. I guess we'll do this now. Go Nightmare. We will boost. Doesn't matter. We'll boost this. And then to the graveyard is going to be Horror. Harp Horror. Bring out Sybil Skeleton. We're going to go straight into Galatea. Galatea effect. Pop you back. Grab up Babel. And I'm going to go straight into... Probably just decode here. Then we'll go Symbol Skeleton. Bring back Galatea. Then we'll go into Dingirsu. Dingirsu effect. Let's get rid of this. Throw out the Frightful Fusion. Guess I don't need anything else. Frightful Tiger effect. Get rid of that. And that. Activate this just in case. Nah. Nah. Easy win. Oh. I have full Orcust and Fluffal deck, but too lazy to play them. Yeah, I really... So I find this deck very rewarding to play. I think I really like Orcust and I really like Fluffals. So playing them together is obviously just great for me. But I really like a deck that makes me think about the different lines. And that does mean sometimes I do make big misplays. And that is just... I've accepted that as a thing, right? We're not playing in like a tournament. We're only playing on ladder. It doesn't matter if we like mess up a bunch. But I really, really, really love this deck. I love it so much. Even the losses like don't feel as bad because we're just having fun playing the deck, right? I play pure Lunalight. Oh, we know, Max. We know. Recently upgrade Lunalight Leo Dancer to Prismatic. In Card Trader, I did have to use 1,200 gems. I couldn't do it, Max. I couldn't. The free-to-play player in me hurts to hear that you spent gems upgrading rarity. Okay, I'll try this deck in KC Cup. Ooh, that's exciting, Zaki boys. You've got to let us know how it goes. I really want to see how you do with it. Maybe I should play this in KC Cup. When is the KC Cup? Is the KC Cup coming up soon? I know people have been talking about it quite a lot recently. I assume it's very soon. This is the first time upgrading a level up card to Prismatic. Ooh. What's this one? If you normally switch someone once except your damage set, you can draw one card. That is clearly involving your opponent's monster. L5 normal monster. Okay, that's fine. Don't care about that. February. Do we know when in February, Zaki boys? Is it like early Feb, late Feb? The secrets of dark magic. Are we going to make the one that lets us use a spell from hand or something? I can't remember what it is. Early. Ah. But yeah, I'm going to go full speed ahead with Lunalight on KC Cup. Ooh. Ah, it's exciting. Yes, Mirror's Edge music. Absolutely love Mirror's Edge soundtrack. There are so many games that have such a banging soundtrack. Okay, the Dark Magicians. So this is the one which is a pain in the arse. Once per turn, a spell trap card is activated, except during the damage set, you can draw one card. Then if it's a spell trap card, you can set it. If it was a trap or quick play, you can activate it. You can special summon if this card is destroyed. So we just have to not destroy this. That's step one of the plan. Right. We'll summon this. Activate the effect of dog. If I take this, I don't get anything, so I don't have sheep to capitalize off of it. I can just get an extra summon. I can also just discard draw 2. I think the play here is just take bear. Right, we'll activate return here, because we do need to get Nightmare into graveyard. That's very good for us. Right, so he's going to use that now. So he did not get something usable, which is very, very good for us. Then we can activate Edge and Persist. We send Sabers. We send Chain. We then activate Bear. Set the Vendor. I think here we are just going to use Wings, because that guarantees that we get Sheep, which gets us to... Oh, that's annoying, but that's still not the end of the world. So now we use Wings. This guarantees us the Sheep. We take sheep here. Then we special sheep. Sheep effect. Dog back to hand, bring back chain. Now we need to think about how we want to do this. We probably want to go straight away into something. So here I think we'll probably go into Brute Enforcer. Popping the back row I don't think matters here. So I think we will go to Brute Enforcer. Because the main reason to go in this is to get a discard and to send our card to the graveyard. So the chain goes off. We can then grab Fright for Fusion. We can then activate Brute Enforcer. We can send... I want to get World Wand Engrave here. We're going to target the Apprentice Illusion. Now, if he can just discard a monster, which would be fine for us. We don't mind if he discards a monster. So now we can activate Toy Vendor. Now the question is, do we care about having an extra Fluffal in the graveyard? How many have we got in there currently? 1, 2. So we can only pop 2 cards. That's fine. We don't want to pop more than 2 cards anyway. So we will use this and discard Harp Horror. Send another Harp to graveyard, which again is fine. But now we get cracking with our horrors. So we'll summon out Skeleton. Then we're going to go into Galatea. Then we can activate Galatea. Put Heart back in the deck. Oh, we've already used everything. That's fine then. Oh, yeah, we discarded... We used one, we discarded the other. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so next thing we want to do is probably fire off Sabers. We'll put Bear back in deck. Bring this back. This lets us go into anything we want. So for here, we'll probably just go Decode. Summon out Decode. Then we can use the effect of Symbol Skeleton to bring back Galatea. Then we're going to overlay Galatea to Ding. Ding is then going to send the Dark Magicians, which gets around its effect. Then we're going to go ahead and straight drop Fright for Fusion by fusing our 2 monsters together. We summon out Fright for Tiger. Tiger effect is then going to pop both of his remaining cards. Then we're just going to swing in for game. And it's just that simple. So, I don't know about sequel, but the original, I want to see it remake the storyline. Longer storyline and some DLCs. I feel like a lot of popular games are getting remakes, so I'm hoping we will get more remakes for underrated games. That would be really, really cool. Should I dig for Droplet and put it in this deck? So Droplet is historically a decent card in Fluffal. Specifically, it is very, very good because we're able to plus a crap ton, and it would actually be really, really good into Dweller. So there are a lot of reasons why going into Droplet could be a good idea. The only issue, and this is a problem that Fluffal has had since the dawn of time, like if we get rid of our overlay quick, you'll be able to see that our deck is very, very tight on space, right? This is like a well-oiled machine of like cramming as much in as possible. So historically, Fluffal is a deck that does break through like societal norms, right? So typically, for example, in Master Duel, you want to play as many hand traps as possible. Fluffal doesn't have room for like non-engine. Like everything you play is just constant engine, 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 engine. It is the most like stuffed combo deck of all time. And that especially works when it comes... So typically, Fluffal decks end up being more than 40 cards as well, which is a bit awkward. But to play around the garnets, it kind of works out. And the most popular and most successful Fluffal build on Master Duel, I say recently, but it's been quite a long time since I actually looked at it, was the 60-card Grass is Greener version, which played all of the Ishizu cards. So... It's hard to find room. Like, I don't know what I would take out of this deck to add in Droplet, but I know Droplet is really good in this deck. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's worth just going to, like, 21. That feels really bad. But, oh, it's hard. It's like I say, it's hard to make room. It's very, very full, this deck. I think Fluffals could be used as an engine in the future when we get Patchwork, but I can see Fluffals getting better when they get their remaining support, and Droplet could be really good in them. Yes. I think I wholeheartedly agree with Max there. I think even right now, Droplet would, again, like I said, Droplet outs a lot of the things that Fluffal can't out. Like, the boards that are really problematic for us are things like Dweller, Clearwing. As you see, we lost a couple of games today just to a few onboard negates, and us sending a load of our cards to the graveyard doesn't hurt us as much. We're okay with just dumping Chain into grave on turn 1. We're okay with dumping Wings. We're okay with dumping any of the Orcust cards. So as long as we have enough to keep playing the game after we've used the Droplet to deal with the annoying cards, we're then good to keep playing through it. The annoying thing can come is if you open Droplet and now you don't have enough to, like, get a combo, right? So if you open, like, I don't know, 3 Orcust cards in a Droplet, you're then, like... maybe that's a bad example. Like, if you open just all your spell traps, maybe, like, Frightful Fusion, Babble, Return, Droplet, you've now got a hand that literally can't do anything, right? It's like, it's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one. But I would say, more often than not, Droplet is going to be worth including. I don't have it yet, and I don't know if I'm going to be digging for it. But specifically as well, we did recently see that in yesterday's Grand Prix, we saw Quantum Cubes bring a Orcust Dark Lord deck, which was using Droplet to great effect. And that did okay. I don't know exactly what position he ended up in, but it was doing well when I was watching it on stream. Alright. We always just fire off our skill here. So we'll send Chain, send Sabers, summon Dog. So right now we have no way to access any of our Orcust engines, so we need to take Wings. We do not get a say in that. Our turn 1 is terrible without Orcust cards, so we always take Wings just to try and dig into Orcust. Is this Monster Hunter music? Yes, this is Monster Hunter music. This is Monster Hunter World. Proof of the Hero. So here we will activate Vendor. We're going to send Wings. Orcust in the graveyard. That is exactly what we were after. So now we are probably just going to go straight Wings here. Send Bear. Draw another card. Use the effect of Toy Vendor. This gets us to Sheep. Sheep not super necessary here, but still okay. So I'll special out Sheep. We can then use this to put Dog back in our hand to use in a later turn. We're not going to be able to get the effect of Chain off, but it still does give us an extra card to work with effectively. Then we will go ahead and activate Orcust Nightmare. This will get a boost onto here. It doesn't matter where that goes. And then we will just be taking Harp Horror. We can then activate the effect of Harp Horror. Bring out Symbol Skeleton. Then we will go into Galatea. Oh, actually, we could have done that way better. That's fine. That's still fine. There was just a better way we could have done that. Alright, we'll put Nightmare back in the deck. Then we get our Babel, which is what we've been after. Following which, we go into Decode Talker. Then we go Symbol Skeleton. Bring back Galatea again. Then here we will go into Ding. We will attach Symbol Skeleton. We'll activate Orchestrated Babel. We don't need to do anything else here. I think this is fine. Okay, we'll leave it at that and see what our opponent does. I have never played Cosmotown. Never played Worlds, but this is a remix of the 3DS port Monster Hunter game. Man, this is so nostalgic for Strongman. I didn't know they remixed this. Yeah, Monster Hunter World's music is so good. I mean, let's be honest, all Monster Hunter music is really, really good. So how do you combo if the only Orcust in graveyard is Skeleton? You don't. So if you can summon Skeleton and send it to graveyard, you can do like a half combo, but you can't really do anything else like that. Skeleton is basically the Garnet. You do not want to see Skeleton ever in your hand. You always want to get it off of one of the other guys. What have we done here? We've gone into Tin Can. I mean, do I just force this out immediately? No, there's got to be something better we can do with that. Right, let's summon that dog. That's step one. Summon that dog. Dog effect. Grab bear. Activate bear. Grab this out. Then we are just going to go straight into... I mean, does it matter? I could go into this. Now, let's go into this first. So we're going to go 1, 2. Summon out Brute Enforcer. Goes for Tin Can. That's fine. Into Cosmos Slip Rider. So once per track on the field, destroy it. This card destroy battle card effects at the graveyard. You can banish it from the graveyard, special summon. But what if I stopped you from doing that with my Deco Talker? I do love this little like cat and mouse we're playing here. So this is, ooh, banish card during either player's turn. So it's another one of those annoying effects. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So now I will, I guess, activate Toy Bender. Here, I think we are going to just, we can do that and then do that. I mean, let's just rip the Band-Aid off, shall we? Let's just go for Fusion now. I'm gonna make Tiger. By using this. Don't need anything else. Out you come, Tiger. Use the effect of Tiger. And I'll target this. And we'll target this. Let me get Wicked Witch. We go into Dark Destroyer this time. This is where things get annoying. Right, we have to do this now then. So now we're going to bring this back. Which will resolve. God, I don't even know what that card does when it's destroyed. Never put Cosmotown. I probably should have read it, shouldn't I, Quantum? But it's fine anyway. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of skim over this card. So if this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add a Cosmic card from your deck to your hand. But the card he took doesn't do anything, right? It has to be summoned out on the field. Okay. That's good to know for the future, though. Oh, hey, Quantum, I just talked about you. It was only nice things, Quantum. It was only nice things. Ugh. Now, we were talking about your Dark Lord Orcust run yesterday in the Grand Prix. We were talking specifically, I believe you were playing Forbidden Droplet in that deck. Because we were talking about putting Forbidden Droplet in this deck. It's a meme deck. It's a meme deck, but it's like a semi-competent meme deck, right? I mean, let's be honest. Fluffal Orcust isn't exactly the a top tier meta threat. So we're kind of all about the memes here. Well, there's a nice Blue Eyes White Dragon on the board. End phase Ancients goes into a second Blue Eyes. 2 Blue Eyes set pass. Well, we always dog. We always get that engrave. I think I'm going to take Sabers here. I think this is the play I want to make. I'm making go Edge and Persist. Send Sabers. Send Chain. Activate Bear. Grab out Vendor. Activate Vendor. So now, I think here I am going to use Sabers to guarantee we get the summon. So I'll put Dog back to top. Bring out Sabers. Activate Vendor. Discard Harp. Gets Dog, and then we special out World Wand. Then here, I guess we're just going to force it, right? Always force the issue. Let's see what you got. Forbidden Lance. Ooh. Harp. I mean, I guess it's always Nightmare here. We'll go into Galatea. We can then use Galatea effect. Put this back. Grab out Babel. And I guess here it doesn't really matter. Oh, it kind of does, because I'm only going to be able to send one. I'm going to have to attack over the other one, right? I could send, summon that back, overlay over this. Let's go for this then. Go for long. And we use Nightmare effect. Boost long. Then we have to send Symbol Skeleton. Then we can activate Symbol Skeleton here. Bring this back. Yeah, that should just be lethal, right? So we activate. Put these two back. Send the Blue Eyes. overlay over it because it can't attack this turn anymore into Ding. Should have summoned it up there so that she can't be destroyed by battle, but it shouldn't matter. Let's see if it's Kite Roid. And that's the game. When do you think the rest of Orcust support are going to drop in Duel Links? Who knows? Who honestly knows? Whenever they need to drive more hype, maybe. GG. Thank you, Bakara. Only Gearsu is the only one that's good. We'll probably get Gearsu late. I mean, yeah. That's the card that I think everyone's kind of waiting for. If it does come out, though, it's going to be really strong. I don't know, actually. Will it be really strong? There's been a lot of cards which were traditionally very strong, like, during their heyday when they came out in TCG, but then have been a bit mediocre coming to Duel Links, and there's been some cards that have come to Duel Links that didn't really do anything in TCG that have popped off. It's okay. Eternal Bond. 30 card Eternal Bond. We're going first. I could just send both to grave and gamble. That seems bad. I can normal summon this, send this to grave, and at least get a mini Orcust combo going. I'd have 2 monsters. That means I could guarantee end on Gearsu. The alternative is we discard Toy Vendor, Rab, Dog. Hope we draw into something. Dog goes into... No, I think we're going to do it this way around. I think we're going to activate Toy Vendor here. We're going to activate and discard Harp. That's very good for us. Dog. Dog effect. We haven't normaled. Why didn't we just summon out Wild Wand? Oh god. We're just all kinds of misplaying today. Okay, that's fine. We can do a couple of different things here. I think we are going to take Sabers here. Activate our skill. Send Sabers. Send Chain. We still haven't normaled yet. I can put that at the top if I want. I can discard that as well if I want. What does that actually get me? If I use this, I can go bam, 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 bam. Okay, let's do this. We're going to go straight into Nightmare. Then we're going to go into Galatea. Galatea effect. Let the Babel. Here we are just going to normal summon bear. Go into decode. We're going to go Nightmare. Target decode. We're going to send Skeleton to grave. We're going to go Skeleton. Bring back Galatea. I'm going to overlay into Ding. We can use Ding effect. Grab back Skeleton. We're going to activate this. And that's going to do us for the turn. Okay, let's see what our opponent gets. That's a U-Bell. Uses Eternal Bond. Sends that, gets Terra Incarnate, flips it up. Eternal Bond. Sets the Ultimate Nightmare, flips it up. Eternal Bond again. Takes Neos. That's a back row. Straight to battle. Swings in, we take the damage. And sure, we'll use the effect. Okay. How do we want to go about this? We can use that, we can use that, we can use that. I think we always do this. So we can get a second discard if we want it. We have to force that out, so we really want to get rid of that back row. Well, I guess the best way to do that is going to be just to summon 2 guys. So we'll activate Agent Sabers, we'll put Bear to the top, summon it out. Then we can activate Toy Vendor. I guess here we'll send World Wand. And then we'll summon out Harp. And we'll go 1, 2. Into Phoenix. Phoenix effect. Discard a card. Target the back row. Then we'll go Symbol Skeleton. Bring back Ding. Ding effect. Send that. Battle. Bum, 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 bum. And we'll just smack him in the face. Works with Mech Knights too, that could be fun. I mean, yeah, everyone likes Mech Knights as well. Mech Knights, though, are they almost feel a little bit like a meme at this point. I miss the time when skill have only one line of effect and could only use once per duel. That, Zaki boys, is exactly what Yugi boomers say about the modern game. They go, that has too much text on it in general. So now you can feel a little bit like how they feel. I guess how we feel. I'm definitely a Yugi boomer. I started playing when Yu-Gi-Oh! First released. I had the original Yugi Kaiba starter decks. Ah. Right, Joseph72 from NA. What we got? Wow, so if he can fusion last turn, he can OTK. Oh, yeah. Shadow Game. Icy Gamer raiding with the 57 Duelist. Welcome, welcome in. We did manage to catch the beginning of Icy stream. We did not manage to catch the end. I hope it went well. I'm assuming you just got to King of Games with Constella. Easy peasy. No problems whatsoever. The Icy Way. We are currently just playing some Fluffal Orcust on the ladder. We're at Platinum at the moment, and we're trying to see if we can't get all the way up to the Legend rank. That's what we're kind of going for. Thank you for the follow, Bogdan Booker. Close Legend 5, lol. Sacked by Hero. I mean, yeah, that's always going to happen. Those pesky Ubel players. All the follows coming in. Yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to see the high-octane gameplay you get from Icy in here. We basically struggle through with our Fluffal deck and hope everything just kind of ends up going okay. We've already used that, so we have to take Wings here. We do not have access to any of our Orcust cards, which kind of sucks, but we can still do this. We can still do this. We can put Fluffal Doll back in hand. We can bring back Agent Chain. We do have access to Orcust. I'm just too busy thinking about raid stuff. Right, we'll go Hot Horror here then. We go Nightmare. Then here we will go Galatea. 1, 2. Into the Galatea. I'm sure everyone isn't sick of seeing Orcust combo by now. We've only done it 100 times today. What rank are we at currently? We're at Plat 3 or Plat 4, I forget. We'll throw Horror back in, set a card. Has to be Babel. Then here we will go into Decode Talker. We're going to hope we can actually get to Legend this month. That is the plan, I see. We're trying our best. Because the problem is something, Rush always comes out and we get distracted. And then we never end up actually finishing the climb. So we're going to see if we can get there this time. And our opponent just gives up. Can hardly blame them. I may not be Yugi Boomer, but when skills start to have the same quantity of text as Endymion the Mighty Magic Master of Magic, then I think we crossed the line. I think you are absolutely right, Zetsu. I think it's weird as well that the skills that tend to have so much text on them tend to be the boomer skills, right? It's like the Blue Eyes White Dragon skills, the Elemental Hero Neo skills, the ones where it's like, oh, you can just activate this 6 times in a turn. Like, they do get a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, we are at, what, Plat 4 then? Because our next rank is Plat 5? Oh, it says up there, doesn't it? Plat 4. That's where we're at the moment. Which is good. Last time we only got to gold. I think we got to gold, like, because Rush was kind of, like, trickling off towards the end of the last time we were climbing, which I think was December? No, it must have been November, I want to say. So we'd only got to gold, and then that was right towards the end of the month, so that kind of was where we got to, and that's kind of where we had to end, but... what do you think of the new DM skill league? What, the Dark Magician one? The one that's... Because it's a Dark Magician / Blue Eyes skill, right? Ooh, this is a hand. Alright, we'll summon Dog. Dog effect. I think with this hand going first, we have to take Bear. I don't think there is a second option here. We have to take Bear. Set Vendor. I didn't look at it too closely. Obviously, you know, I was paying more attention to the Rush stuff as we are a Rush boy over here. Ah, that is the absolute worst Garnet we could have hit. Okay, that's fine. Just means our plays are going to be a little bit jank. Still didn't find any Orcust cards either, which is very disappointing. Well, here we have to take Sabers. We activate our skill. We can go... We can just summon out a second guy. I think we have to, though, right? We can't just not. As jank as it is, I think we just get out of body and then hope that we just live through the turn. And we have just nothing we can do with this hand. Are the Rush skills real skills? They are almost certainly not. They are almost certainly just for some sort of event. So the Dark Magician Blue Eye skill is what? During this turn, you can normal summon Chronicle Magician, a normal set monster 2500 attack, 2500 defense without tributing, and you cannot special summon effect monsters with a level except Light Dragon and Dark Spellcasters. The following effect you use. Chronicle, add a Successor Soul quick play spell that mentions Dark Magician or Blue Eyes from your deck to your hand. That's a weird skill, I'll tell you that much. I just hope with the next box / Myzale we get enough support to play Pure Dragon. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. We're against, what, Light Sworn is this? Maybe Raid Event for Nail, I think? Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I just want Dragon Maid to be in Duel Links with or without Shio is fine with me. I think Dragon Link is a really cool deck. I think people are a bit worried about... Or Dragon Maid is a really cool deck. I think people are worried about Dragon Link being a thing. Utopia the Lightning. I think we're dead. I'm pretty sure we're dead. Unfortunately, we needed to find some Orcust cards. We did not find some Orcust... Well, we say that. We have 2 Orcust cards in hand. They are not the right Orcust cards. I guess we're going to take that. To be honest, my deck on the TCG is better Blue Eyes but worse Dragon Link. Okay, so it's like Dragon Link Blue Eyes. All I remember when I was playing on Master Duel was like every other game you'd run into someone just playing Chaos Max. Like Felgrand. Ah, okay. Oh hey, Laundry is Orcust Fluffal support too. I mean, Laundry Dragon Maid is just a fantastic card. Or Dragon Maid Laundry? There's also Tidying, just like a generic Cleo. I suppose it still requires dragons. Win streak 9 against win streak 7. Let's see who can win. The Ultimate Dragons or the Fluffal guy? Win streak 9. Jesus. What's going on here? Why have you passed the turn to me? Also, what is this hand? So we can just use our normal on Harp. So I guess we discard World Wand, right? The only way this backfires is if we mill a Toy Vendor. So we'll do this. We'll activate Toy Vendor. We're going to send World. Now we normal summon Harp. We'll use the effect of Nightmare to boost Harp Horror. Then we can send Harp Horror to Grave. So we can use Harp Horror. Bring out Symbol Skeleton. Then I guess here we'll just use World Wand. How close am I to just like lethal? 21 plus 17 is 38. Should have put this in attack mode. I suppose in which case we're just going to take this. Go 1, 2. Something about Galatea. Galatea effect. Pop you back. Set a card. Gimme. Here we'll go into probably Decode. Decode comes out. Ding plus Harp is lethal. Yeah, but I can set up a board to protect against him as well. And by doing that, it's basically like we're playing turn 1. Just in case he has anything to stop me, like a Kiteroid or something, right? There's no real reason to go any further than this, so let's see if he's got it. Looks like nothing. So did he just brick? Did he just like hard brick? He must have, right? Legend rank is close. Oh, I mean, let's not count our chickens before they hatch, Bakura. But he has Veiler? I mean, he very well might have. But, like, where was the spot where you use Veiler there? Like, realistically. Might be Kiteroid. Yeah, we were trying to play around Kiteroid, but we didn't really have enough to do it without the Fluffal half the deck. Ding plus Harp is lethal. Let's hope Kiteroid isn't a real card. That's the thing. This deck is actually surprisingly good at playing around Kiteroid just because of Frightful Wolf. But, you know, if we don't find that half the deck, we can't really do much off of that. Opened all Blue Eyes. Yeah, I think he must have, right? Absolutely must have. But that man went 9 straight wins only to lose to us and our silly meme deck. Gary Staton. Arcana, so potentially Dark Magician. I've got to say, it's been a while since we played against Blue Eyes or Dark Magician. Trick up the sleeve. What the heck is that? Playing on one level sometimes around such from your deck. This deck does not obtain level 7. Okay, so you just play one level 7 Dark Spellcaster and guarantee you open with it. So what is this going to be? Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is going to be Dark Magician, but I don't think Dark Magician cares about opening one copy Dark Magician, so this is probably going to be something else. No, maybe it is just Dark Magician. That guy even play Ultimate Dragon skill 2. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's see what our opponent's got for us. Magician's Rod effect activates. Takes the Dark Magical Circle. Okay. So he's going to set up a banish at least one during our turn. I'm going to dig through the top 3 and see if we can find a Dark Magician card. I'm assuming most of the deck, if not all of the deck, is cards that work with that, so he is going to get that. Navigation is pretty rough. So we know he's got a Dark Magician in hand, so he can definitely special summon one. Okay, so we know he's got Nav, and this is the Spanish any card. One card your opponent controls to banish it. Okay. Right, let's start by using our skill. We'll send Chain, we'll send Sabers. Now we'll summon Dog. Dog effect. I would like to take Sheep here, but Sheep could get a little bit crusty. So I actually think, to guarantee I get my effect off, I'm going to take Bear. This might end up being a mistake, but my assumption is that he might just deal with my Toy Vendor. And this way I have a backup Toy Vendor. Okay, Toy Vendor here. Activate Toy Vendor. Pitch Wings. Now this would be a really good time for him to deal with my Toy Vendor. Just choosing not to. Okay. Bit weird, but that's fine. We'll go Wings here. Banish Bear. We will draw another card. And we'll use Toy Vendor, affecting Grave. We'll grab Dog. Right, or Special Sheep. We're going to use Sheep Effect. We'll summon out Chain. Have we got anything here? Okay, we're gonna go into Nightmare Phoenix. Now let's force him to do something, shall we? Let's get this Symbol Skeleton into the grave. Let's target the Dark Magic Circle. This way we'll force him to use Navigation here. Oh, hey, I just remember there is a skill that summons 3 Gate Guardians first turn, so when its support drop, we can just link them away and summon combined for free. That'd be cool. Wait, is he not doing it? What? Are you okay? What's going on here? Alright, I guess here we will activate Sabers. Put this back to the top. Welcome to Adge. Right, toy vendor. Welcome back from ads. I hope everyone enjoyed that ad break. So now we can go toy vendor. Discard Fluffal. We know top of our deck is a dog. What a surprise! Summon dog. Oh, he's disconnecting. Still disconnecting. Wait, what's going on in my graveyard? Oh yeah, we don't have any of our guys yet. That's kind of funny. I mean, I could just go decode. We don't really have anything else we can do other than just force shit out. I could force him to discard a card or just have decode. I think we'll just send out decode as a big guy. Who doesn't like just having big guy, right? Alright, then we'll drop the Frightful Fusion. We'll go 1, 2, 3. So this will force out everything. Use the effect of Tiger. Go for 1. Go for 2. Go for 3. Goes for navigation. Show the deck? Yeah, we can show the deck after the game. Summons that Dark Magician. Summons out the second Dark Magician. Then, I mean, we don't really have anything else, right? We can't really do anything more. I could go into this, discard a card, maybe make him discard. I don't even think that's worth it. I think we just go straight to battle here. Yeah. Crash this into here. Get him 17. Now he's got 1 card in hand. We don't have a negate anymore. Because we did kind of mess up where we put the dog and the sabers. 2 back row pass. Okay, I can work with that. Well, there's the card we were waiting for ages last time. There's the other card we were waiting for. Alright, let's go Nightmare. We'll boost you. Send World Wand. We'll activate World Wand. Grab you back. We'll go Galatea. Might as well put that back in. At this point, we can link off. We don't need to. I think we just go ding. And then we will send a card our opponent controls. Activate Babble. Straight to battle. Go get him. Mirror Force. That's a card. I would like to use my effect to not get Mirror Force. Thank you. Anyway, goodbye. Alright, another win. We are on a bit of a tear right now. This can't go on forever. Eventually we'll run into another Constella player and everything will just go downhill. But as for right now, we can keep riding this high, which is going quite well for us. Especially with our funny meme deck. But here is the deck list. This is what we're on. I guess we'll open it in deck editor. And you can see... Oh, don't give me no connection. Come on, Duel Links. This is what we're running. Edge and Persist is there specifically just to get Chain and Sabers into Graveyard. The entire Orcust package is there to facilitate us having a turn 1 play, but also, you know, Dingirsu is an amazing card. As well as, imagine if it was Drowning. If it was Drowning, like, there's nothing else we could have done anyway. At that point, we just accept we lost the 50-50 on the Dingirsu effect. Like, what can you do, you know? The rest of this is pure engine. This deck is pure engine. It's pure gas. Just to try and get out our big combos, big combo deck. And that's pretty much all there is to it, right? Our big play is summoning out for a tiger and popping a bunch of stuff. Dingirsu is a really good out to a ton of stuff. Our turn 1 play is generally Decode and Dingirsu, and then try and go from there. A lot of this deck rolls around like just discarding cards. That's kind of it. So now we're going to fire it again. And see what our opponent's got for us. What we're going to be against this time. It's got to be a good deck this time, right? We're going to run into Tenyi, or we're going to run into Constellas. Mako Tsunami. Okay. We're on our 9 win streak. We are where that Blue Eyes player got to. Mythic Depths. Now, we did play against a guy earlier. I don't think it was this guy, but he was on Mythic Depths, and he just passed his first turn. Right. Send Sabers, send Chain. We always activate Bear here, right? There's no reason not to. Yes. So we can guarantee the hit off of that, but there's no real point in doing so right now. So I think we do just go Toy Vendor. Is there a reason to? No, there is a reason to, right? Because getting extra body is generally really good for us. Alright, let's do this then. Rather than gambling, we will use Egypt Sabers. We'll put Sheep to the top. We'll summon. Then we'll activate Vendor. Discard Harp. Guarantee the body. Then we'll go Harp. Into Nightmare. Then we'll go Galatea. Galatea effect. My poor machine's getting weakened by this Umi. Grab out Babel. We'll go Decode. Use Nightmare. Banish, boost Decode. Send to Graveyard. We have already used you, so it has to be Symbol Skeleton. Activate the effect of Symbol Skeleton. Bring back Galatea. Then we will overlay into Dingirsu. We will grab back our Symbol Skeleton and then activate Orchestrated Babel, and that will end our turn. So, we got to our full combo. We'd like to have cards in our hand at the end of this, but that's fine. No cards in hand or field to a top deck and can come back next turn so you could one anyway. Yeah, I mean, that is something, but even if we lose, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. My man T-set passing. What is happening? Like, it's menacing when your opponent just T-set passes. Alright, we'll go dog. Dog effect. Give me wings. Use the effect of Toy Vendor. Discard wings. Sure, yeah, we'll summon out another dog. Extra bodies are always good. Actually, saying that, maybe I shouldn't be discarding. Well, I'm going to use wings in a second anyway, so it doesn't matter. We're going to have our hand full of cards. Right, we'll go wings now. Banish bear. Draw another card. Use the effect of Toy Vendor. Grab another bear. Then we're going to go for Nightmare Phoenix using dog and ding. Use the effect. I'm going to discard harp. I'm going to target the back row. Let's force it out. What have you got back there? It was Quantum Cat. What are we playing against? Like, what is this? Send a card. Pilgrim of the Ice Barrier. Is my man doing, like, some sort of challenge? Are we getting, like, kind of pseudo-styled on here? There's no real reason to do anything with that, right? We can't even get that back from the graveyard at the moment. No, it still kind of does make sense. Having him doesn't actually accomplish anything, so we might as well get rid of him. Let's go battle. Attack. Attack. Right, I have to see what this man was cooking. This man's playing in platinum with this. Now, alright, I know that, like, Platinum isn't Legend, right? And Legend isn't King of Games. Well, I guess Legend's probably a little bit more competitive than King of Games. But still, I expect, like, some quality level of deck going on. So we've got Kadarius, Pilgrim of the Ice Barrier, General Wayne of the Ice Barrier, Revealer of the Ice Barrier, Speaker of the Ice Barrier, Strategist of the Ice Barrier, Prior of the Ice Barrier. It's one of Ice Barrier. It's Singleton Ice Barrier. This has to be a challenge, right? Like, this has to be... Like, my man is, like... He's doing some sort of gimmick deck build challenge. And you know what? I respect it. What is this Highlander format exactly? He wants everyone to be involved. He wants the whole Ice Barrier gang. Even his extra deck. I don't know if you noticed, but he had all the Ice Barrier... extra deck monsters. Alright, Plat 3. Let's see what our opponent's got for us. Mokuba Kaiba. Okay. I need him to tell what he was playing now. We might never know. Current win streak 10. We're in the double-digit win streak with our meme deck. Let's see if we can keep it going. Oh, we always edge and persist. Send that, we send that. We're going to go Orchestrate Return. Pitch Symbol, draw 2. This... What do we do from here? So our options are... Summon just some guys out. which doesn't accomplish anything, or gamble with bear. Unfortunately, Symbol Skeleton is like the exact wrong Orcust monster to have. I actually think we're going to gamble with bear. Like, alternatively, it's just like have 2 monsters on the field and then pass. So I can guarantee that this lands, right? But again, what does that get me? It gets me like a bunch of defense mode monsters. So I think we're better off gambling with it. Right, if we gamble and guess correct, right, so we need to hit an Orcust card. That's what we need. If we do hit an Orcust card, sending any card from our hand gets us a monster, so we don't need sheep. So we are going to send sheep. Right, we hit an Orcust card. So now, we go Harp Horror. We summon out Nightmare. Then we can go Sabers. Bring this out. This lets us at least go into Galatea. We can then use Galatea effect. Pop this back. Grab out Babel. Then I can use Nightmare if I want. Right now, Nightmare doesn't actually do anything. We can also... I think here, we just go Babel. And we just overlay into Ding. Because we can't get another body on the board. Oh, yes, we can. We can. We go Nightmare. We target Galatea. We send World Wand. We activate World Wand. We bring back Nightmare. I'm about to throw the game. I'm going to go Decode. Then we go Skeleton. Bring back Galatea. And then we overlay into Ding. We use Ding effect to reattach Symbol Skeleton. Then we pass. Alright. Alright! The gambling worked. Because otherwise our board was utter dogshit. So let's see if our opponent can play through this. Again, we have no cards in hand, which is really bad. Because if he does break this, we're kind of... Yeah, go on then, we'll negate that. I'd rather have him in the graveyard than face down. Constellas, no! No! Okay. This is a code red. This is a code red situation. We have never beaten Constellas. So there's nothing we can do about that now. So we let that go. Because that effect is live even if this card leaves the field, I believe. Oh no, it's not. Oh, okay. Maybe we should have used it there. We'll go ahead and use Orcust Nightmare now. I'm going to boost this. We're going to not do that. I'm going to send this. Alright. Okay, that's fine. The problem is I don't have enough time to like read through these cards and work out where I'm supposed to stop him during his combo. And I don't know Constella well enough to know when I'm supposed to interfere. So we're just going to have to wait until like he goes deep and then do something then. Yeah, you contributed to it, but the only problem with that is... Okay, that's fine. We need to wait until he uses it. Now he's using it. Now we use this. Now we bring this back. Oh, I should have sent the monster. Yeah. Yeah, see, I see seen it. I should have sent the monster. The timer is making me panic so hard. Okay, take Star Chart. I mean, we're out of plays, right? There's no longer anything we can do during our opponent's turn. It's a shame. I think we could have played through this as well, but time has got me all messed up here. I think we're just dead no matter what, right? This is the one I'm not too familiar with. Where once a turn, damage step, you say, because it was he touch once gains 1,000 attacks. So he's just going to gain 1,000, walk over one of these. The other one's still going to live as is. He hasn't got a Pleiades out. Straight to battle. So we can use that effect. Get rid of that. What's giving him that? What got rid of my monster? Oh, I don't have a ton of time to think about this anyway. I could use that effect. There's no real reason to. If I try and use an effect from the graveyard, he can chain with Abyss Dweller. So there's no real reason to do that. I need to chain to him doing it, so I need to be able to force it out of him. I can not really do anything with my extra deck, unfortunately. What is currently in the grave? We have next to nothing useful. I need Sheep, which I can't get. If I link into something, again, there's not really a lot I can do with it. I don't really have much of a play here. I think I'm just going to go straight to battle, and I'm just going to attack into this. So he's going to use Dweller effect. That's fine. Then we end. We've only got 6 seconds. Oh, I cannot. If you change your alert effect, your graveyard effect still work. Oh, okay. Well, even so, the only thing I could have used was Sabers. Even if I go into a Link 2, none of them do anything on their own. Okay, so he's just going to make Pleiades and just end the game, right? Unfortunately, these are all banished, so I can't do anything. Even during his turn, the only thing I could use is Harp Horror, but because we haven't got access to any others, we're dead anyway. So I'm pretty sure we're just dead regardless. He doesn't even have to use Pleiades and we'll still be dead. I mean, if he wants to win this turn, yeah, he needs to use Pleiades, I suppose. Or, yeah, Pleiades, that's how you pronounce it. Alright. All things considered, I think we did quite well considering we're playing against this. Does your deck have good Tenyi matchup? It's so right. Our experience, this deck has been quite good into Tenyi. The caveat to that is we've been playing against gold level Tenyi players, so really I could not tell you. I could tell you that our win rate against Tenyi is very good. I could also tell you we've never played against like a King of Games level Tenyi player. But Oh, we came. We tried. Oh, Timer Boss. Timer Boss is still creeping up on us. This looks like pretty standard build. I need to like get better at playing against this deck. The issue that we usually come down to when we're playing against Constellas is we always go second. That was the first time we've gone first against Constellas, and they always make like Dweller set 3 back row pass and like Dweller Pleiades set 3 back row, and I'm just sort of like, how do I play through all of this? Shit, there goes the win streak. I mean, it's not the end of the world, is it? It was a miracle we got to that win streak to begin with. Like, we got to double digits, which is really, really cool, especially considering the deck we're playing. Would Baxia work against this deck? I mean... Let's read Baxia. So, when this card is synchro summoned, you target cards on the field up to the number of different original attributes of worm monsters used for the synchro summon of the card. Shuffle them into the deck. Once per turn, you can target one card your opponent controls. Add one level 4 lower monster in your graveyard. Destroy that card in the field, and if you do special summon, it's fine. Like, I don't know why this would work any better or worse against this deck than any other. Alright, let's play probably one more game. This is probably going to be our last game before we call it for the day. We've had some really, really cool games today, which is obviously really, really cool. We do really like this deck. We've had a really fun stream just in general, being able to play a ton today. Tenyi uses it. I mean, yeah, but again, like, what I mean is, like, what is there any reason Baxi would work better or worse against one deck than another, right? You just, it's not really a specific counter to anything. All right, we always start dog. We've already got the sheep, so we always here take sabers. Then we activate our skill. Making a rush tourney today, trying to see new structure. Ooh, Quantum. I might have to take part in that. Actually, what? How many hours from now is it? Well, I'm actually going to be busy at 6:30 my time. Right, we'll activate vendor. We will. I think we always do this. The question now becomes. No, we have to use vendor. We just need to not hit our fusion spell. Just do not hit fusion. In 7 hours? 7 hours should be fine. So I should be able to enter that. Right, dog back to hand. Grab back chain. We'll go harp. Bring out nightmare. Then we'll go into Galatea. Use the effective chain. Get me Fright for fusion. We'll activate Galatea here. We'll go ahead and chuck Heart back. We will then set Babel. We'll then go into Decode. Summon out Decode Talker. We will then activate Orcust Nightmare. Target Decode. Send everybody's favorite skeleton. Activate everyone's favorite skeleton. Bring back Galatea again. Overlay into Ding. Ding then reattaches skeleton. I'll flip this over, and that will do us for now. Let's see what our opponent's got. 2 cards in hand, and our full time on board is looking quite nice. Book of Moon. I think I still do use this effect here, just because, although we can stop him, if we do it this way, we then have access to our pop, and if he doesn't target again, we wouldn't be able to get Ding into graveyard. Now, this might be the wrong play, but that's the logic I'm using in doing it. Do I recognize this Final Fantasy 14 track? Awesome. Oh yeah. Some of the Shadowbringers tracks are so good. Do you have Harp? We do not currently have Harp in rotation. We only have Skeleton. Light and Dark goes for this. I guess we go for this now. The only problem is there are so many different places where he could stop this. I don't know what's in his hand, right? I don't know the Blackluster deck, like, super well. I've only played against it a handful of times. Like, Chaos Form. No, I've got Legendary Swordsman. Into Manju. Super Soldier Ritual. And then he just gets out Super Soldier. Jesus. Although, does this guy get any of his effects? Ferocious Flame Swordsman. Interesting. Soul and Light and Dark. Takes out Original. Let's then back in. This is for the skill. Swings over. Uses the effect. Sends all my cards back to the deck. Swings direct. Does he get an extra attack? No, he doesn't. Okay. So what have we got to work through here? Your opponent can activate for his battle phase. When this attacking card. Nothing there. Nothing there. So it doesn't do anything. None of that does anything either by the look of things. We only have sabers to work with at the moment. So we always summon Dog. Dog gets us to... Going on music. I ain't got time for this. I'm trying to focus on play. I mean, Wings does absolutely nothing, so we might as well take Bear. Activate Bear. Go Toy Vendor. Activate Toy Vendor. Okay. I mean, again, we have that now to go into stuff. Sure. Why not? Return to me, Simple Skeleton. Let's just go for this. Into long. Then we'll go Symbol. Bring back Ding. Ding send. We'll go Frightfur into Frightfur Tiger. Just go 2. Probably could have got Warfare to play around absolutely everything, but I think I know what's in his hand anyway, right? It's a OG. BLS. What does this do when it's destroyed? I'm just gonna make you go away. If you could just, like, if you could just not be here. That would be swell. Anyway, let's just swing. That's what we get for not reading. Send link. Now you can't do it anymore. You're lucky he summoned in front. That's basically how we get by Quantum, right? We don't know all of the cards, right? We don't know every single card by heart. We skim them. We misread things, and then we just pray our opponent misplays. Chances are, our opponent didn't have select which zones you summon to enabled, so he just automatically went to the middle. So we scraped by there, but the point is, a win is a win is a win, right? A win is a win is a win. We take those, we take those. But with that, I think that is going to be the end of today's stream. Today has been a really, really good stream. We managed to climb all the way up to, God, where are we now? Platinum 6? Platinum 5, which is pretty good. But we will be probably hanging out in Quantum Cubes. Now, let's see if we can do this correctly. We'll probably be hanging out in Quantum Cubes tournament later, because we do want to play in the Rush tournament, which is going to be really, really fun. We'll hopefully be back playing this again on Tuesday. That's usually our days. We do Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we'll probably be back playing Fluffal, Orcust, and trying to get into those legend ranks on Tuesday. So, thank you all so much for watching. We're probably going to go and raid. We'll probably go and raid Luke Tyler. We've raided them before. They seem pretty cool. They're playing Sue Ships currently. So we will go ahead and raid into them. But again, thank you all so much for watching there. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.
Mm.